What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This video will be a full guide for the Perdition Legend Lost Sector. This is a 1250 activity and it is one of the few ways you can get some of the new exotic armor in this game. Now, if it's helpful guys, hit the like button, that would be a big help for me. And even better, I hope it's really helpful and it gets you guys the exotic, in which case, hit the sub button if you haven't. Now, like I said, this is a legend difficulty. There are extra shields, there's match game in this, and your equipment is locked. Not only that, you have some Vex champions here, Barrier and Overload, so you want to have the right setup. If you want, you can copy mine. I'm using Stasis subclass, I'm using the Hunter, and I'm using the Revenant subclass. I have here a mixture of weapons. I am 1232. Now, I'd recommend being at least around 1230. It's a big difference. Even going 1 or 2 power level makes a big difference in this. So, if you can, rank up your artifact and get some of that power bonus to give you a better chance here. Now, I'm using Izanagi's Burden. I find this to be really helpful for this. If you don't have it, you can get it from the kiosk in the tower. I'm using an arc auto rifle. This is really important for this lost sector because there's a bunch of harpies here that have arc shields, and with the match game, you really need to have an arc weapon to take them down. I have the falling guillotine. If you don't have this, I'll be honest, it's going to be really tough because this does mega damage versus the champions. I suppose any sword could work as long as it has whirlwind, but this, of course, is the best bet if you do have it. For my armor, I'm using the Wormhusk, which is more of a PvP exotic, but here because I'm under leveled, I want to have that boost in health and I want to have a shield bump when I use my dodge. That could be the difference between surviving an encounter and getting killed. Now, I also have Protective Light. This is for the Void armor that will give you a Void shield basically. If you get damaged and you have a charge with light, it gives you a big bump in damage resistance. So if you have this, it might be worthwhile putting on, but I also have the sword ammo finder. I use the discipline mods here throughout because I want to be able to get my ice grenades, more on that in a second. But my armor more or less complements my weapons. I do have the overload rounds for the auto rifle. Those are a must-have. You need to have those. Make sure those are equipped to your armor pieces. And basically what I'm doing is I'm increasing my resistance with some void damage resistance or the concussive dampener, or I'm giving myself more damage by having things like lucent blade and high energy fire. So anything you can do with your mods to increase your damage resistance or your damage output is going to be really important. The most important thing to have, I think, in my opinion, would be these two mods here, the Surge Eater and the Overload grenades. These are Thermal Overload and Surge Eater. These come from your seasonal artifact, all right? So make sure you have these. They are super important. They are pretty far into your pass here, so keep that in mind as well. Your artifact, you have to level it up pretty high to get these, but they are must-haves for this. Now, you may have noticed right now, if you're keeping track, I have Overload auto rifles and I have Overload grenades, but I don't have anything for anti-barrier. And the way we're taking them down is with the ice subclass. I'm using stasis to take them down. So I recommend using this right here, the Duskfield grenade. It's amazing. And I'm using my super as well. I'm basically going to be freezing the champions at the end, the barrier champions, and taking them out. The overload guys will use grenades, swords, and the auto rifle. But for the barrier guys, we're going to use our grenade and our super. So there we have it. That's my loadout. I'll make sure I put a complete description of this in the description. And again, I hope it's helpful for you guys. So without any further ado, we'll jump right in. And with any luck, we'll see if I get the exotic. Let's jump in. Okay, so here we go. This is the Perdition Lost Sector. This is a solo guide. I hope it's helpful, guys. If it is, hit the like button. Even better, if it's really helpful and you guys get something cool, subscribe if you haven't. That'd be awesome. So here we go. The first section here, I'd say make the Hydra go away. This guy's going to be a thorn in our side for the better part of this mission. But luckily, though, you can make him retreat by punching him in the face. So we want to try to snipe this guy with Izanagi's Burden. Have ×4, that's going to be your best bet. So, once we hit him once, he will retreat. So he runs away a little bit. And now we can take down these guys a little bit easier. It allows us to focus on these guys a bit better. Alright, the cool thing is, every time I break their shield, I'm getting charged with light. So, that makes things a lot easier here too, having that one mod. And I'll put down the entire list of mods I'm using in the description in case you guys want to review those in a bit better detail. So this will be a complete guide. I'm going to go through the entire thing. I'm not taking out any mistakes. I know we all make them, so I want to be as transparent as I can here for you guys. So there's one more harpy left. We'll take him down. And now the Hydra's way back there. Ideally, we make him retreat even more. So I don't think we're going to have enough to kill him. We might be able to kill him here. But if you don't, that's okay too. So he's down. And now we can focus on moving to the next area. You want to use this first part here more or less as a home base. So once you go a certain distance ahead, more guys spawn in. So make them spawn in and then back up. It's mostly harpies here, okay? So they're not too bad by themselves, but in a group they can cause some serious damage. So we want to take those guys out if we can. And you did notice there was that singular Minotaur. We want to make him come to us and then 3-peek him with our sword. But first, let's take down these harpies. Alright, so now he's going to come towards us. If you shoot him once, that makes him mad and he'll rush you. So we're going to try to 3-peek him here with our sword. He's not running towards us, he's walking as it were. He's kind of a leisurely stroll here. You know what? Okay, well that didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but as long as we beat him, that's one thing. So now we took down the first 2 rooms. Here is the final room in this section. Same deal. Once you see him spawn in, back up, okay? We want to back up here as much as we can. Because not only do we have more harpies spawning in, but we also have our first champion, and we have some goblins. Now these guys are no joke. They will one-shot you at lower levels. You can put a solar resistance on, but I think you're better off using void resistance because the champions in this have void weapons. So the same thing applies. We want to basically get to a 1v1. We want to take down that champion in a 1v1 scenario. If we rush him like we are right now, or if we rush him as it is, the harpies and the champion are going to melt us pretty fast. So let's take down the harpies first. We don't want to rush here. We don't want to be super fast. We just want to take these guys down. Now I disrupted the champion by accident there. I didn't want to do that. Because what we want to have happen here is we want to have the champion rush us. Once he comes around the corner here, we can tap him again. But first, let's get rid of these harpies. Now, what I'll say is sometimes the overload rounds don't work. And in this case, they didn't work, and it ticks me off. I don't know why. If you guys know why sometimes overload rounds work and sometimes they don't for your auto rifle, please let me know. It seems to be a bug. I can't imagine it being anything else. Because right now, we're hitting this guy like crazy, and we finally stunned him. Sometimes you stun him right away. It's kind of weird. But as it is, though, we're going to try to freeze this guy. And we got him down. So that's your strategy against these champions is use stasis to your advantage. I'm going to stop complaining about the overload rounds here for a second. So now we open up the first room. We can make our way up the steps here. And we have more champions spawning in. We have another one of those overload champions. Okay, I'm going to retreat. The best case scenario, honestly, is to make the overload champion chase you down here. And then you can more or less try... Oh no! You can have him chase you. The problem is that right there. Sometimes the fanatics will go down with them. I recommend taking the fanatics down first. I didn't, and you saw what happened. So I got killed again. Now I'm down to 2 revives here. I'm not very concerned about that, but it's something we have to be cognizant of. You may have missed it too. At 5 minutes, it'll say that the darkness is encroaching upon you. Don't be too worried about that. You can still beat this past 15 minutes. It's just you no longer gain any points and your score goes down. I don't think that governs your chances of getting the exotic, but I could be wrong. Alright, where's the champion at? He's probably waiting here for me. He's trying to bait me right now. Alright, so we want to get him to run down here for us. Champion, hello? Okay, it worked. No, I think I may have... Oh my goodness, I got lucky there. That was a really bad grenade. So, guys, be better than me. Throw better nades. Okay, so Overload Champion's down. Now we have some more guys spawning in. So the barrier champions spawned in. There's 2 of them. And we also had some other enemies spawn in here too. We had some goblins. We have this very overzealous minotaur that got bodied. And we have some wyverns. So we want to take down the wyverns first. Those guys can do some serious damage. But luckily though, we have Izanagi's Burden. And we want to shoot their side plate first. And that will get their weak spot to open up. And then we can take down the weak spot. So that's going to be how you want to take these guys down. I recommend that you take down the wyverns first, because they will cause some serious headaches for you if you don't. Their attacks are really strong in this. Alright, the other guy jumped down, that's good. And now the same deal. We're going to try to take this guy down from far away. So we're going to try to damage his side plate, open him up, and then take him down. So now both of those guys are down. We have some other goblins here too. But we also have these guys. Like, those barrier champions mean business. And like I showed you guys, I don't have any anti-barrier weapons on me whatsoever. So the question becomes, how do we beat them? Well, stasis is our friend here. But first, let's take down these guys. Alright, so we're taking these guys down. And I'm going to try to use my reses to my advantage here. I could use a grenade, and maybe I'll do that right now. We'll use a grenade on him. But we're going to try to freeze this guy. And the freezing, you notice right there, okay, even though we died, that's not a big deal, because we took down a champion. You notice that the freezing, the stasis, even when he tried to use his anti-barrier, it stopped it. So that's allowing us to circumvent the need for an anti-barrier weapon. Because I'll be honest with you, as a solo player, it's going to be really tough to take these guys down if you don't have the right setup. They were both doing the same pose. That's kind of weird. Okay, so now we have one more champion. But we also have some goblins up there. I kind of want to take the goblins out first. And I can use my super on the last guy. The super should make me do a little bit better. I hope. Okay, so we have been really fortunate here in our ammo drops. Like, it could be way worse. This is why having the ammo finders is really important. Okay, he's down here by himself. We're gonna try to freeze him, and we're gonna try to take him out. He tried to use his barrier, didn't work because we had the stasis. Okay, so now we took down both barrier champions, both of the overload champions. We took down the wyverns, and now we have the final boss. Now this guy, honestly, he's kind of the easiest part of this. Let's be honest, he's kind of the easiest part. So if you get to here, don't celebrate too soon, because there's still a lot of guys to take out, and more enemies do spawn in here, and his attack does a lot of damage. But if you're using the same setup as me, you have it pretty well off, because you can use Izanagi's Burden to kind of take some shots at him from far away. I'm doing some cleanup here first. I want to take these guys down as fast as I can. We have plenty of time here before the 15 minutes. Again, don't worry if it takes you longer than that. I don't think that governs your chance of the exotic. It's a rare chance no matter what. But maybe, just maybe, we'll get lucky here. We can get one here on camera, or on video, on stream, whatever. I completely missed him. Alright, so now, guys, we have the second message saying that darkness is encroaching. Guys, take out... God dang it. Take out the snipers first, because... Hit them first, Josie. I suck. I'm terrible. Hit the snipers, because they will do some serious damage. I suck. Okay. God dang it. I wasted so much ammo there. Take down the snipers first. They will mess you up really fast. And again, I don't have solar resist on, and I don't have, what's it called? The sniper resist. I have void resist and I have melee resist, because I wanted that for up close and personal attacks against the champions. But it's okay. We have 4 revives here, so what I could always do is I could do an ammo run here of sorts. I could do an ammo run here of sorts and try to get some Izanagi Burden ammo. And that's what I did. So now I can retreat, and I can just take some shots here on this guy from really far away. Got plenty of time here left. More guys will spawn in. That's okay. We have the right ammo to take these guys down. We have the right setup. So now, there should be some more guys spawning in here next. He's nearly down. Okay. The Sacrificial Mind is down. The cash code is there. I could just make a run for it. But we're going to take down these last little bit of ads and then grab the chest. And hopefully get the exotic to drop. I haven't gotten it yet. It'd be great to get it here on the video. I've done this a few times. This will, I think, be my 4th or 5th clear. So it is a rare drop. So keep that in mind. It is a rare drop. Alright, he's down. There might be a couple more of the... a couple more of the harpies. Try to take these guys down if we can. And seriously, the difference between 1230 and 1232 is a big difference. So if you can get a couple more levels via your artifact, I highly recommend that. It's going to make a huge difference here. Okay, so they're down. The chest is right over here. Don't rush in here. Grab those enemies first. With any luck, we'll get the exotic. Let's go! We got it, baby! Alright, guys, that was my first one. That was the first one I've got. Was from this. You guys saw it here live on the video. The Mask of Bakris is mine. And now I can be the dodging hunter with the light shift. There we go, guys. I hope the same thing happens to you. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys, and I'll catch you in the very next video. See ya!